There is an ignorance of the laws that protect animal welfare in India. We heard this being said for the first time after a landmark judgment by the Madras High Court in 2017, directing schools to incorporate a subject on animal welfare. A correspondent covering the case had actually interviewed many students between the age of 8 and 16 years, one of whom said, "We often pelt stones on stray dogs and tie their tails with stones. It is our favorite pastime." It became evident that most of the students without pets at home weren't compassionate towards animals. This shouldn't be the case though. What's the solution then? This one should be simple. We need to stop cruelty. Article 51AG and 51AH from the Constitution of India talk about compassion towards animals and the environment. The Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act also protects our pariah dogs to a certain degree. And then we have the many IPCs protecting animals, IPC 428, 429, etc. We need to help people understand that there are these protections in place. Hitting or killing an animal can never be the solution. Hatred can never be the solution. Several municipal corporations culled strays with a ruthless efficiency until 1994. But the bite cases under review had actually increased despite this. Rabies hadn't decreased either. We had only increased our animosity with the Pariah Dogs of India. But the reason this ineffective method is talked about so frequently even today is because it's the stupid but easy way out. Imagine an athlete choosing performance-enhancing drugs over mastering skills and fitness through hard work. Choosing to accept our pariah dogs as a part of our ecosystem. Choosing to understand their behavior and body language. Distinguish between when they want to play or when they are warning us to stay away from them. That's the correct, humane, peaceful approach to solving this problem. We've talked about this in episode 1. We've talked about Mangu, who only started chasing cars after one had run him over. We needed to surgically amputate his tail for him to survive. But he remembered what cars and humans had done to him. This trauma should be met with love, not more hate and cruelty. If you don't believe us, believe the World Health Organization's publication for student education titled Friends Don't Bite. It's an amazing 3-chapter book that helps us understand dogs, bite wounds and rabies better. We'll leave a link in the description. Feeders and caregivers of the country, we salute you. As caregivers ourselves, we understand just how hard it can be. There are no Sundays, no sick leaves. It's a hard commitment. But we must make our pariah dogs bulletproof. Connect with veterinarians to make sure that your pariah dogs get their anti-rabies vaccinations annually. And if you're able to pool resources, we would recommend adding the 9-in-1 vaccination for parvovirus and distemper as well. Connect with NGOs or even the municipal corporation to neuter or spay the free-roaming pariah dogs in your area. A smaller population keeps them healthy and resources such as food manageable and abundant. Killing and cruelty aside, a dog can't be relocated from their territory if they are vaccinated and sterilized. And for those of you in the comments thinking this is stupid, there is a reasonable and logical explanation for this. A pariah dog pack marking its territory is hyper-aware of the area's resources. They defend the area from potential threats and other free-roaming dogs. Relocation isn't a solution. All you have done is vacate the area for other dogs to occupy. If there's tension with the community dogs in your area, connect with their feeders and caregivers for guidance. Take their help in forming better bonds with the animals around you. Don't harass them. And just so you know, harassment is a criminal offense as well. Rabies is one of the most fatal zoonotic diseases that we know of, but it is still 100% preventable. We just need to be proactive in our approach to rabies. While feeders and caregivers take charge of vaccinating the free-roaming pariah dogs, pet parents must stay up to date with vaccinating their dogs as well. We shouldn't ignore bite incidents either. Wash potential bite wounds thoroughly under running water and with soap. Take your anti-rabies vaccinations at the earliest, and please do not resort to home remedies. You might think these are obvious suggestions, but if you have seen episode 3, the truth behind rabies-related deaths in India, you would be surprised to know just how often people ignore bite wounds, or worse, resort to black magic and witch doctors instead of modern medicine. We want to say this out loud: eradicate rabies, not breeding animals. Goa is the perfect example, with awareness and education programs at schools, especially for children under the age of 16, and an aggressive rabies surveillance program. Goa, along with Mission Rabies, focused on vaccinating over 70% of the domestic dog population, both pets and free-roaming dogs. They supplemented this with an effective animal birth control campaign to ensure a stable and healthy dog population. In 2021, Goa became the first rabies-free state in India, with the last reported human case being in 2017. We have such an amazing example within the country. But Kerala, the most literate state in India, would have you believe that killing stray dogs, a long debunked, inefficient method filled with hate and stupidity, is the answer. We had the highest rate of abandonment across all measured countries. This isn't a separate issue because abandonment contributes to a growing population as well. Bringing a dog home is a long-term commitment. We want to quote the Animal Welfare Board of India here. A pet is akin to a perennial toddler and therefore deserves the same attention throughout its life as that reserved for a human toddler during infancy. They are not toys that you bring for your children for entertainment or something that you can discard when inconvenient. A pet is a lifetime commitment, in sickness and in health, in sadness and in happiness. Oh, and abandonment is a criminal offense, by the way. We want you to know that we are not an NGO. We are just two individuals with 5 dogs at home and 10 pariah dogs under our care outside. We are just trying to make a difference for them, the dogs and the humans around us. If you're thinking about becoming a caregiver, consider the commitment and feel proud about being a part of the solution, even if it's just for one dog. If you're someone indifferent about dogs, at least support the caregivers when they are harassed or when people choose to physically abuse dogs. Don't be silent spectators to a crime. And if you're a hater, just swallow the hate and move along. Because no matter how hard you try, we have not just love, but the law on our side. My name is Kamna with my partner Nishan behind the camera. This is the Paw 5. We'll catch you in the next one.